Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing new makeup releases. Are they going on the wish list or not? I've got quite a few things to talk about today, so let's just get into this. Before I get started, this video is inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series, so I will link down below her community playlist where lots of other creators put their take on the Will I Buy It series, and I'll link her channel as well down below and all of the Instagram accounts that I follow where I get my makeup news from. I've also got a little giveaway going on from my BoxyCharm video, so I will link that right up here so you can check that out and get entered into that. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't think I said on the BoxyCharm video. It's going to be open probably for about a week or so. So probably through like next Sunday. We'll keep it open through. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. This look was filmed, so it will be up probably not this week, but the next week, because I'm doing one more eye look with this palette that I filmed it with. So I want to get started with this Gingerbread Spice Extra Spicy palette. I'm going to put it up here with the original Gingerbread Spice palette because, to be quite honest, I feel like they just moved some of the shades around. Like the whole top shade is still that like very light toned neutral color, and then really the side is a light tone neutral color, and then you just only have a couple pops of like a yellow, a red, and a pink, or a yellow, a orange, and a pink popped in there, but it's really not very spicy to me. When I saw that there was a gingerbread extra spicy, I was like, ooh, maybe that means like extra colors, some of those beautiful warm tone reds, yellows, you know, and it's not. But then they have this so cutie little gingerbread bronzer. It is so cute, and the nostalgia part of me really wants it. I'm not picking it up, but I think it's super cute. It does look like it's very deep tone, so that might be really good for deep tone skin tones. And then there's a couple of the melted matte lip products. I wanted those last year. They had a little 4-set, and by the time a 20% off coupon came around to Ulta, they were already sold out. So if I end up getting a coupon this time, then I may end up picking that up with it. And then next, for sure we're talking about this today, the ABH Jackie Aina palette. From the looks of the swatches, I am not picking it up. That red one looks really pretty, but it's a red shimmer, which is, I'm sure, in my collection. I actually think I probably own most of those in my collection. And that like green shifting brown duochrome, like nobody ever needs that in a palette ever again. I feel like that was the overloaded first duochrome shade that I have probably 4 or 5 of them of. But I don't know, it doesn't capture me. It's very neutral with some color pops to it, but the way that it's laid out, it makes it look like it's more colorful than it is. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll end up with it because I'm an ABH collectaholic. Probably not, though. I do want to talk about this Tarte one. So they have shown this little palette here, some kind of honey bee palette coming out, and you can kind of see it's part of their Sugar Rush collection. I'm guessing that what's underneath these are some of the shades in it, and all of the shades that are kind of sneaking a peek through are colorful shades, if you can believe that. But if the rest of the shades are the shades of these blocks here, then this is something that I'm really excited about, and I would actually put that on my wish list for the next time I have a 20% off to use my points on. I actually am collecting like a list of things that I want to use those points on at Ulta when I get a 20% off. So I'm going to be ready when that comes, but this would be one of them. I wouldn't just buy it, like I wouldn't use it up as one of my purchases because I do already have those other 2 yellow palettes, and I bought the orange palette from Colourpop. So I would only get this if it ended up being free, but I think it would be something fun to have in my collection, and I don't really own. I have like one Tarte palette, I think, that I don't really use anymore, and it's pretty old, so I think that would be fun. Trend Mood showed that she is coming out with a collab, something that's available at Walgreens, and it looks like it's gonna be a palette, and it looks like a pretty neutral palette, so I wouldn't be picking this up because, I mean, it really does look like I mean, you can barely see from the top of the palette. It just looks like a lot of very light tone neutral shades and not a lot of variety in there. So I wouldn't pick that up, but I think that's really cool because she obviously does so much for the beauty community, getting those sneak peeks out there so we can talk about them and see what our thoughts are before they release. And I think that's really cool. So congratulations to her. Now, something I am really excited about and is on my wish list are these new Lethal Cosmetics shades. They're like showing one shade at a time. So as of now, I'm going to show a picture of what they said the clue to the color story is that's coming. It says they're going to be cool tones, and then we know some of the shades, so it's very confusing because they're not just saying like here they are. They're putting like one shade with some of their old shades, so I'll try to piece together some of the new ones. The one that I am really excited about, does it even say what the name of this one is? No, a Pastel Periwinkle Beauty. It doesn't give the name of it unless it's Altitude. Okay, so Altitude is the new shade. I'm just going to put a little like collection of what I think all the new shades are from pulling things from their Instagram account. Nonetheless, they're all very beautiful. I love the color scheme that they're coming out with. It is on my wish list. I do want more Lethal Cosmetics shadows because, as you know, if you saw my first impressions video with the look, they are absolutely beautiful, creamy, highly pigmented, high quality shadows, and I would love to have some more in my collection. So whatever they come out with within that color story there definitely is going on my wish list. And then next we've got, okay, so I want to take a second to talk about this brand that has been blowing up my Facebook, my Instagram, and I don't hear people talk about it. And I'm sure that you guys have heard of it, but it's like nobody really talks about it on YouTube. And it's Doe Color, and they've come out with so many things recently, and I've had it on my list to talk about, but I felt just a little overwhelmed by all the things that they're releasing that I haven't talked about it yet. But I do want to talk about this collection here that they're coming out with. These obviously look very much like the ColourPop ones. I don't know anything about this brand. I'm going to go to their website to see what kind of price they have. I feel like... Are they a copycat brand? Because they've got some that look like they have a palette that looks like the BH Cosmetics. I feel like I need to do a haul from this company just to see what it's all about. So their stuff is pretty inexpensive, and it does really remind me of a lot of other eyeshadow palettes, so it must be similar to like a Hush, the Hush app, where they do copycats of things. I don't see these on here, so they must be going to be coming. So I don't have a price on them. Okay, so the one that looks like, oh, the one that looks just like the BH Cosmetics one is actually more expensive than that one. So I don't know. It's just a very interesting, it's a very interesting website. So it is all the Doe Color brand. Yep, it just says coming soon, doesn't have a price or anything for it. So yeah, that's what I've got. But I mean, honestly, these look, I kind of like them better than the ColourPop ones. Maybe I'll have to do a little picking up from Doe Color at some point. I mean, that green one, that one looks really good. It looks really good. Okay, let's move on What do you guys know about that company? Has anyone bought anything from that company? I want to know more. All right, this is Sigma Beauty has launched a new palette. It is the Enchanted palette, and it does not look interesting to me at all. It looks very neutral with a lot of shimmers in it, and I just don't need that. I've never, you know what I was thinking about getting? Have you guys seen on Instagram the deal? It's like 60% off of Sigma's like main brush set. I have never owned a Sigma brush, if you can believe that. So I'm thinking about picking up that set just to have it, because it ends up being, I think it's like $70 for 16 brushes or something. And Sigma brushes are a little bit more expensive, but I would definitely not be needing that eyeshadow palette. Honestly, Sigma's eyeshadow palettes never really interest me. I always feel like they're a bit bland. I don't think anything that they've come out of eyeshadow wise I've ever been drawn to. So that is not on the wish list. Luxie Beauty has launched 4 new, what kinds of shadows are these? Does it say? It doesn't say which shadows there are. They're one of their shimmer kinds of shadows. I don't think any of them are really on my wish list. I love Luxie Beauty shadows. I just wish, I feel like lately they're launching like 4 new shades. I wish that they would launch like a whole collection, like 16 shades or something, because when there's 4 new shades, like, I don't know, I just don't want to buy 4 shades. I want a variety of shades to choose from what I'm going to pick, so I wouldn't just pick up this collection. If I were to get anything, it would probably be Snow Cone, because that's really pretty, but I also feel like I already have shades like this, and specifically shades like this from Luxie Beauty, so that is not on my wish list either. And then we've got, what is this one? Oh, OPV is launching a new, I think this dropped to, I think this was available to purchase on July 31st. This is the Tropical Dreams palette. At first when I looked at it, I thought, you know what, it's kind of neutral, but looking into it a little further, it really does have like that tropical feel to it. There aren't a ton of neutrals. I think there's maybe too many goldy tan shimmer shades in there, because I think there's like 3 of them that could all be used similarly. And for me, there's not enough matte shades in there, but I do think that it is a pretty palette. I think it has a place. I think it's something new. Just not on my wish list. Makeup Revolution. They are, lately Makeup Revolution is like ColourPop on steroids. I mean, ColourPop was having something every week. Makeup Revolution's now having like 2 things every week, 3 things every week. It's getting a bit of an overload. So this new, there's 2 or 3 new palettes in this collection. Forever Flawless palettes. Forever Flawless Fire and Forever Flawless Ice. They are $15 in US, 18 shades. I mean, they're not horrible color stories by any means. They're actually quite pretty. I'm probably not picking them up. They're kind of like after the fact. Like, I feel like I feel like a lot of companies have already released these palettes, so maybe there was a palette that you wanted to get that you didn't because of the price, so these you could pick up for it. Like if you wanted one of the blue palettes that have come out recently but you didn't pick it up, maybe this blue palette could be for you. Neither of them are for me though. I own all of that stuff several times over. I have not tried the Makeup Revolution formula in this shaped palette, because I do think that each of the different shaped palettes have different formulas in them. I've tried they're like the Reloaded or Iconic Reloaded or something. They're the ones that, there was one that was similar to the Subculture palette. Those quality are not that great. And then I've also tried the chocolatey chip, chocolate, whatever variety of Makeup Revolution palettes. Didn't like those very well at all. But I did have a palette. It was actually like free gift with purchase at Ulta. That quality wasn't bad. So you just never know with them. Maybe this shape has a good formula to it. I'm not trying it out. They've also released, see what I mean? More than one release a week. The new A Plus Flick pen. So the Makeup Revolution Flick pen was a favorite for many, many, many people here on YouTube. So now they have a dual liner and corrector pen. $8, an ink eraser on one end. This is amazing. This is amazing, and absolutely it's on my wish list, and I'm picking it up the second it comes to Ulta. But this is a product that e.l.f. has already had for many years now, and no one ever talks about it. Everyone's going to be talking about it now that Makeup Revolution has it, but e.l.f. deserves the credit for it. They have had the makeup eraser pens for years. I've been using them. I know you guys heard me talk about them because they're in my favorites like all the time. I usually have one right here. This is the e.l.f. makeup eraser pen, so it's exactly what it is. It's a pen with eye makeup remover in it, and it just makes it so easy to clean up the line outside your eye. So now Makeup Revolution is going to have one on the other end of the eyeliner. I cannot wait to try it. I'm excited. All right, what else do we want to talk about today? I guess I better talk about this. The new Morphe Jeffree Star collaboration. I don't support Jeffree Star. I don't like Jeffree Star. It's okay if you do. I'm not picking it up, and I mean, quite frankly, it's a very neutral palette with some pops of color. I just think it's weird that there's so many neutrals and like the shimmer shades. Like a lot of them just look the same as each other, and I think that's weird for him considering, right? I mean, the brush set looks awesome. The Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray is one of my favorites. Pink is one of my favorites, but to be honest, I'm probably not picking it up. Okay, so speaking fairly and honestly about the collection outside of the collaborator that it's with, if this were with someone else, I would pick up the setting spray in that pink bottle, and I would think about that brush set because it's all an eye brush set. Although I probably don't need it because I probably own all those brushes already. But I will not be picking this up. So I wouldn't pick the eyeshadow palette up either because I definitely own that several times over. I'm sure lots of you guys are going to pick that up and love it though. Alright, next, Persona Cosmetics has unveiled their Identity 2 eyeshadow palette, which is so boring. Guys, it's like 3 light neutral shades. Okay, so maybe there are some more deeper mattes in there, but I just feel like those shimmer shades are just, they just remind me of something I played with like when I was first trying out makeup. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it, but it just is not grabbing my attention. Like it needs a pop or something in there. So that's not on my wish list, and it's going to be $42. There was something I wanted to talk about, and I'm trying to think what it was, because it was, oh look, who's this? Morphe. Okay, so Morphe's got some more nudes that they've released lipstick-wise. I do really like their lipsticks, and if I were going to pick up any, I'm not, I would pick up Commit and Single AF, because they're just more like nude with some color, with a little color to it, but not too crazy dark or light nude on either side. So those are the two that I would pick up. But let's talk about who is buying this. King Beauty Shop, Queen Beauty Shop, $30. So $30, like I seriously want to get it just to see what the quality is about it. And then my girls would have a heyday with that thing. But what in the world? It's huge. Where would you put that? I need the dimensions of that palette. What? Could that be a backdrop for me right here? Maybe that's what I should do. Get it to be my backdrop. I mean, I'm going to give them credit. They don't have a lot of super similar shades in this palette, so that's, I mean, that's pretty good considering that some of these more expensive brands can't seem to get their stuff together to get different shades in a palette, and they've got half the palette all the same neutral shade. but that's so large. So large. So I think that's all for today. That was fun, and I think I'm pretty much purchasing everything that we talked about today, right? What am I getting? No, maybe not. We're looking into the Tarte Buzz Honey Bee, whatever palette that is. I'm interested in the dough color. The Makeup Revolution Flick, the Lethal Cosmetics shades, and maybe that's all for today. Ooh, I am receiving, let's see if I know when I'm getting it or not. So I did get a shipping notification. Don't mind me looking down, I'm looking for the notification. That the Foodie collection from Amy Hearts Beauty is on its way. So that's still in pre-shipment, so I'm not sure when that is going to be arriving, but when I get something from her, I try to get it up within the next 2 days. So that will be coming as well, and I can't wait to show you guys that collection because that is a full palette of colorful mattes and a full palette of shimmers. But I'm really excited for that full palette of colorful mattes. So that will be coming probably not till next week will be my guess with the shipping times. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video and have an amazing rest of your weekend. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Check out that BoxyCharm giveaway, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!